Hi, I'm Amanda Waschuk with Press Plus One, and I'm at the Commodore Ballroom in Vancouver BC with the Airborne Toxic Event. Can you guys introduce yourselves and tell me what you do in the band and why you love music?
Hi, I'm Noah. I'm a professional roadie.
I'm Miguel, also a roadie.
I'm Darren. I am the head roadie.
Damn.
I'm Steven. I'm the beer guy.
I'm Hannah. I'm just a band-aid.
So it's been a while since you guys have played West Coast Canada. I'm actually really looking forward to the show. I've been waiting for you to come back. And after this, you have a couple dates in the States, and then you're heading over to Europe. So how does an American band get big in Europe?
You go many, many times, and you play many shows there. Pretty much the same way you get big anywhere else. And when we get big, we'll let you know. So.
Is it easier to break into the European market than over here in North America?
I don't know about market, because I don't know, but like people, they're just people like anywhere else. I think for the UK, we spent a lot of time there. We did 30 shows in 30 days last year.
Oh wow.
And like we played every bad shit little bar in the UK. Like
Did you
every
talk
single
after
one.
that?
Yeah, no, it's fine. I mean, we had somewhere to sleep every night.
No, I'm just thinking singing that many shows in a row.
Nah, it was fine. It was fine. But I think just like going to that many different places, after a while, people just kind of like knew who we were. It's kind of like when Bill Clinton won the presidency, when he won the New Hampshire primary, the biggest reason people said that they voted for him was because they met him. Because he'd just been there so long, camped out for years, shaking hands. And like, the same thing is true for us in the UK. Like, we've been to every single bar in the UK. Before our record came out, we're an American band from LA. Before our record came out, we played over 50 shows in the UK.
And are there any really insane places that you guys have played?
British Columbia was insane. We played that
Pemberton.
Festival,
Mm-hmm.
and we were the smallest. Like we were one of the first bands playing on our day of the festival, and we were like, how are we gonna get there? And then the hotel desk they suggested that we chopper in, and we were like, yes, that would be the best idea. Even though we are probably the last band at this festival that should be doing that, so like we rented a helicopter and flew over the mountains of British Columbia.
So
It's
beautiful.
It's lovely.
Absolutely
British
gorgeous.
Columbia is lovely by helicopter.
The Airborne Toxic Event is quite the hot commodity on the festival circuit. Why do you think that is?
You know, if you're a band and you play a lot of live shows, then eventually you get a reputation for playing live shows, and then people who book festivals ask you to play them. That's pretty much it.
Well, but you played some pretty big ones like Coachella this year with Paul McCartney.
Yeah, that was exciting.
And
Yeah.
Leonard Cohen.
And Leonard Cohen.
Morrissey.
And Morrissey.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah, we played with all those guys.
Yeah.
And the Hold Steady.
No doy.
So are there any festivals that really stand out? Like something really amazing happened for you guys?
Well, we were in Asia for the first time this year. We played a Korean festival and a Japanese festival in the same weekend. Literally, it was Saturday, Sunday, I think.
Yeah, one day after.
Yeah, one day after that, and we never played shows in either country before, and we didn't really know what to expect. But everyone just they were like the nicest people, and they clapped really well. They clapped exactly in time
Yeah,
to all the songs.
This is the first time we ever
Yeah.
encountered an audience that actually clapped in time.
Yeah, it was in time for the
Weird.
entire song.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
everyone was-
great.
they were like waving flags, and they had like banners. It was really fun, and then we go back in a heartbeat.
I think it's different for all of us. I know I was still working, and so I was driving to work, and I heard it on the radio, and I was like, this is just irony of ironies. You know?
Well, because the big radio station in LA, K-Rock, was playing it before you guys were even signed with the label. So that's a pretty big deal. Okay?
Yeah, it was. It was really surprising. It wasn't anything we thought was going to ever happen. But, we'd already been playing around LA for a long time at that point. We'd been playing, like, all the DJs at the different stations in LA were just music fans, and they would come to Airborne shows. It was like a thing to go to an Airborne show. And we were playing for 400 or 500 people a night in LA at the time already. And I think they were just fans, and so they were sort of part of that as well.
So in music today, people have the ability to download music for free, which means less and less people are actually buying the physical copy of music. But you guys released on vinyl.
Yeah.
What made you decide to do that?
Look how cool that looks.
I know, I love it.
We also did 8-track.
Let's didn't go over that well.
Reel to
Laserdisc
reel.
was the weirdest one. Like, we had this gigantic.
Everyone kind of looked at it.
I like my phonograph recording of it.
Yeah, we got phonograph. We
When they
did
crank-
the thing with the cups and the wires and everything. We would sing the songs into the thing. It's just vinyl's cooler, man. I don't know.
The vinyl's, it's also making like this weird sort of like resurgence as like a a thing that people get if they're like a super fan of the band. It's not so much just for like audio purposes. Yeah, you know, do you collect vinyl?
I'm starting to. Yeah. This is the first vinyl I bought. Was Airborne Toxic
awesome.
What? Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I went to the record store and I saw it. I was like, oh.
Welcome. Welcome. It's nice in here, isn't it? Hey.
Did you get a free CD in it also?
Free download.
Oh,
Like the little
That's
disclaimer.
the irony of the whole thing with their vinyl, the free download.
Free download. Yeah.
Yeah,
Old school
absolutely.
with the free MP3. If you can log into airborne.com, put your password in, username.
Yeah.
Mikkel's got a really cool record player, like an old looking wooden box. Yeah, it's like it looks really. I mean, that whole element of it is awesome. Like,
It's
Yeah.
great.
Music
Some
just
records
sounds
are just
great.
really
Yeah.
good on there. I used to sit around and listen to Nebraska, the Bruce Springsteen record, or Pretender by Jackson Brown. And like there's certain records, like you can't really listen to like Radiohead on vinyl. I mean you can. I actually own OK Computer on vinyl and my Iron Man, but it's just sitting around and listening to like Nebraska by Bruce Springsteen all afternoon over and over on vinyl is like a really good way to spend a day.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, a little cough medicine, a little crystal meth. You know what I mean, right? Right?
Cut that out.
And you know, part of the charm of like having to flip the record,
Yeah.
you have to when you're listening to an album on vinyl, you're sort of actively participating and listening to it more so than hitting fucking spacebar and then 11 days of music starting.
So this self-titled album was put out 2 summers ago. Have
Yeah.
you guys been working on any new material?
No, we're just gonna ride this one out. The way it works when you're a new band on tour is that when we first started going out, we didn't know how long we were gonna be out because our first tour was like with the Fratellis was what 4 weeks, 5 weeks, and that was just like that was our tour. And then we thought, oh, maybe we'll go to the UK. But when we first left, we didn't even know if we were gonna go to the UK for that whole 30 show shebang. And so like it's like somebody comes to your house and it's like, all right, Amanda. It's Amanda, right?
Yes.
All right. So I'm gonna pick you up at 4, and you're like, sweet. What time will I be home? And you're like, well, you might be home at 7, or you might be home in 2015.
Oh yeah.
And you're like, okay. And you're like, pack. And so, oh shit. I guess I should bring 2 pairs of shoes.
And we'd already done the musical montage at that point, so that had to go by really
So
slow.
we've just been on tour this whole time, and we haven't been home. Like, that was when we left, and now it's 1.5 years later, and here we are.
And you don't write on the road?
No, we have. We just haven't had a chance to record anything.
Oh, okay.
So like when we get back, like we're gonna record, but we're still not entirely sure we're going home yet. So there's still a little bit up in the air about that whole situation. But but a lot of stuff's been written. Yeah, there's about 8 songs that are just done, and then another 10 to 12 that are in various parts of like sort of creation, and then another 20 that are kind of like simmering in the back, and then there's another 10 or so that are kind of still in the cabinet, and we got to take them out and cut them up. You know?
We gotta slaughter them first, and
Yeah.
then you gotta drain them and dry them. And
Yeah.
that's that.
So
Salt.
where are you drawing the inspiration for these new songs?
Mostly
Mostly
farm animals.
Farm animals.
It's probably going to be kind of like what you call a road record. Everyone says first records are your autobiography and second records are road records because that's all you know.
Technology.
But there's a lot of songs about the road and just being like sort of lost in this like world of complete and utter sort of endless like people and traveling and this sort of blur, this montage, if you will. I think I'm calling the record montage.
Keep an eye out for it.
Kidding. It was montage of like experiences that happened. So a lot of the songs are kind of about that.
Is there anything else you'd like to say to our viewers?
Canada's great.
Olympics winter
That's
2010,
2010.
Vancouver.
Yeah. No, we always have good shows in Canada. Always, like without exception. It's better than Iowa.
We've had some good nights in Canada too.
Yeah, crazy nights in Canada. We've done some wilding through your country.
I got this
Sorry.
backpack at Pemberton.
Is it Pemberton, Iowa?
It does say Pemberton Festival.